Hi and welcome to this video. This is just a brief video in which I want you to recognize this in yourself. If you have a narcissistic mother, it's most likely that you've felt really bad about yourself, really low self-worth, lots of guilt, lots of shame on you. And because that's how it is when somebody is being toxic and abusive and a bully and a manipulator on the other side, poisoning all of these relationships that are in your family, then you're left pretty much on your own. And there's no validation of your experience. There's nobody perhaps correcting any of this. So it's no wonder that you come out of your early experience with defenses against seeing the reality of your mother's narcissism, and instead that you take it upon yourself that you feel really bad, you feel like you're really guilty of everything. Even if I remember that when if somebody wasn't happy around me, I'd be scared, I'd be wondering, what had I done that was wrong? Because I simply didn't assume that anyone else had done anything wrong. It had to be me. So that was really difficult, to be around other people thinking that at any time there can happen something and I'm to blame. And I wasn't even to blame. So I was pretty helpless in that. So, but this is what years of lack of validation, years of feeling like and getting messages from your family about the fact that you're wrong, you've got a strange personality, nobody gets you, what are you now on about, what you're saying isn't right. So breaking that connection to your own perception without any empathy. So there's so many ways that parents can give this message to their children by saying it or just by showing it. So no wonder then that people come in therapy and that they feel like they're perhaps in another relationship with another narcissist, because that's what they are molded to feel as normal, and in that being normal, and that this is something that they know. So that's a safe place for the survival system, despite of all the pain. So that's where we feel at home. That's what we get drawn into. And then when you are the common denominator in so many relationships, perhaps with friends, with work, with your family, with partners, when it's all happening again and you're the common denominator, that's just another proof kind of thing that it's something about you, which of course it isn't. That's why I'm making this video, because this is not about you. My name is Åse Wegerif and I'm a survivor, and I'm also a therapist, and I've practiced for working with people clinically for about 25 years. So, and lots of people have come to me who had a narcissistic mother. So, yeah. I remember this myself. I couldn't see how they were behaving to me because of my defenses. I was protecting myself. It took a long time for that protection to dissolve, that defense, and be able to see, which it does for many people. But I could see with other people that my family were quite not being nice to other people. I'm not going to detail this, but I could see they were dominant, they were not empathic to other people, they would laugh and ridicule and so on. So, but I just couldn't see that that's what they were doing to me. Now I can see it. I can see that this is still going on, and that is why in my case, I'm low contact. Some people are no contact, and some people hello contact, and some people really struggle with this. So don't, we all do our best. There's no easy path in any of this, and I've never come across anyone who has done anything with a light heart in this. In fact, as children, we are so programmed to be loyal at our own detriment to our family. It's how we survive. So how many perfect little girls and boys, pleasers and good girls and boys are there not? And this is something that you develop as a survival pattern. So so most people come into therapy, but then we start looking at the context and exploring relationships and what their parents are like and so on. And of course it's not always, but very often this is a picture that begins to become clearer, and that the parent in fact did ridicule a lot. Obviously nobody can make assumptions except for a professional who is actually assessing a person. That's the only person, those professionals are the only ones who can actually make a real diagnosis in a clinical setting. But still you can recognize patterns, and you can see commonalities that people are struggling with across people, and so on. And when you do, it begins to shift the picture, and it begins to shift the relationship to self. And that's also what happened to me. I could see initially how other people were treated by them. I just couldn't, and I knew it was really bad, but I just couldn't see it, how I was treated, which I can now. But it began to become clearer when I was an adult, and I probably in my 20s, 30s, when I began having my own family. That's when I saw that there's a lack of empathy, there's a lack of interest. Every time I tell my mother something, she'll be using that later on against me and pushing me down with it. She knows what my buttons are, and she keeps pressing them, and I feel worse and worse every time I've been around her. So that's when things started shifting, and then lots of healing work and therapy and so on has really helped with that. So now where you can get to is the place, that's where I am now. I don't allow in order to live well, if you allow people to hurt you and abuse you and carry on this pattern with you, you're going to be hurt, you're going to be unwell, you're going to suffer the consequences from it. And it's not every time that we can. Some people can do no contact and it's right for them. Other people can do a low contact that they don't feel they want to or can go no contact, and so on. But it is really important to do what you can to protect yourself. You do have a primary relationship to yourself before anyone else. And it's not like you're the one going around hurting people. These are people who actually really are really toxic and hurt a lot of other people. So it's not like you wanted this. It's not like you asked for it. It's more something that you've been trained into receiving this kind of treatment, so you come to expect it. You've had lots of experiences with it, but it's time, at one point, if you want to actually live well, it's time to surround yourself with people who do treat you well. So that is a process like I was talking about, and support and so on. And if you are interested in joining that kind of support, then my program of over 3 months from survival to your authentic spirit is now open for enrollment. If you're watching this video later, there's a link in the description for that, and if it's not open when you see it, then you can just click on the waitlist for next time. Or email me if you have any questions. My email is in the description. of this video. So today it's about only surrounding myself with people, letting people into my life who are genuinely empathic in a way like myself, genuinely empathic, good people who are respectful, who are equal giving and sharing. Sometimes it's not exactly equal, but it equals out over time. So you know what you're going to get from this day to next day to next day, that it's going to be support. It's not people who give support one day who don't give support next day. So there are many like red flags, and it's really important to look at your relationships and see who you surround yourself with, because if you are around toxic and draining relationships, your health and you suffer for it and continue in these patterns that you want out of. So I consider myself, I feel there's always like layers in people. There's a wounded child in every single human on earth. So, but we can heal more and more of it, so that we feel worthy. We feel generally good about ourselves. That means, for instance, like if someone is experiencing that, if someone's unhappy in a group or something, I no longer feel like it's got anything to do with me. It's to do with them. And if it is to do with me, that I've made a mistake or something, even if it's difficult, I can just own up to it and say I'm sorry, because I am sorry. I don't go around hurting people, so intentionally at least. So so when you begin to see that, to see the concrete interactions with your parents, to see the concrete way that you've experienced, when you begin to actually go into this, then you begin to get the truth out. Not the survival story, but your actually authentic truth out. And when you come to really heal from this, and you want to really live your life, thrive in your life, have joy, beauty, and all these higher aspects. You've had a lot of trauma, a lot of the basement stuff, a lot of darkness. But if you want to, there is also a floor of light. The attic, there's all these wonderful things that your spirit deep inside that you now can connect to, wants to do, wants to explore, wants to live. So that is also something to consider, and this is a very large part of us where we can really turn inside, get real guidance, really live aligned with what's the deeper truth and what really gives us meaning. And if you're interested in connecting more deeply with this part of yourself, then I've got a really wonderful meditation that I've created for connecting with your heart and soul. And it's a very small investment, and there's a link to getting that in the description. So that might also be something wonderful that you can do for yourself, to meditate and connect to that source within you, and to lift your frequency up into more joy, presence, meaning, more deeper awareness, and guidance as well, like asking for guidance in your life. So I hope this has been helpful, and I'd love to see you again. If it has, I just want to say I love your comments. I'm so grateful to your comments. I know there are people out there, perhaps you're one of them, who do watch my videos week after week, and other people watch sometimes, and perhaps it's the first time, but I'm so appreciative of that. You support me, and I'm really grateful for that. And creating these videos is one thing, but to get the real feedback from you is, and the connection back again is, I can feel my hairs standing up on my back because it really matters. So I'm very grateful, and I wish you a beautiful day. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.